Hello everyone, welcome to Daily English Pro, your place to improve English every single day. Stay focused, listen carefully, and try to repeat after what you hear. Let's get started.
Today, we're doing some IELTS vocabulary listening practice. Think of this as a deep dive into a really useful set of words.
That's right. The topic is 20 plus IELTS vocabulary essential words. List OA3. We're looking at some materials you might be using, like a study list, you know.
Exactly. We've got this curated list, 21 words, really practical stuff designed to boost vocabulary for those high-stakes tests, like IELTS, or just for general academic use.
And our goal today isn't just memorizing definitions. We want to go deeper.
Right.
We're analyzing the structure, the nuance, how these words actually work in context. The list itself is great, clear definition synonyms, 3 examples for each.
Super helpful examples showing different scenarios.
Definitely. So our mission, if you like, is to get beyond rote learning. We really want to unpack the context, the implications of each term.
So you can internalize them, actually use them confidently and accurately.
Precisely. Because mastering this kind of vocabulary, it lets you express ideas with much more specificity. It makes a really strong impression.
Absolutely, whether you're writing or speaking. Okay, let's jump in. So we're starting with words that define excellence, importance, words that kind of elevate your descriptions, right?
Exactly. Elevating words, that's a good way to put it. And first up is superb.
Superb, it sounds, well, superb, but what sets it apart from just very good?
Good question. Superb isn't just very good. It's really operating at the ceiling of quality. It signals the absolute highest tier.
Okay.
Look at the synonyms provided. Magnificent, outstanding, splendid, exceptional. There's a consistency there, isn't there? It's way beyond just good. It suggests perfection or something very close to it.
So it's about hitting that top mark, whatever you're describing.
Right. But, you raised a good point implicitly earlier about overuse. Is there a risk?
Yeah, like, does it sound forced if you use it too much?
It definitely can.
Yeah.
Like anything powerful, you use it sparingly for impact. 10 times in an essay, it loses its punch.
Yeah.
But the examples here show its range. First, praising quality, like a sensory thing. The superb meal earned rave reviews. That's clear, high-quality praise.
Okay, makes sense. A top-notch meal.
Then it shifts to human performance. Her performance was superb on stage. Again, highest level, not just good, but outstanding skill, execution.
Right, hitting every note perfectly, maybe.
Could be. And the third example, describing scenery. The view from the hill was superb. So meal, performance, view, different things. Same top-tier judgment.
So the key is using it strategically for things that genuinely deserve that highest praise.
Exactly. Reserve it for the genuine high points. Now, if superb is about top quality, our next word, leading, is more about top status or priority.
Leading, synonyms like main, principal, foremost, chief. These immediately set up a hierarchy, don't they?
They do. And what's interesting with leading is how it shifts its focus depending on the context. It always points to the source or the apex, the top of whatever structure we're looking at.
How so? Give me an example.
Okay, first example. Human status. He is a leading expert in the field. Straight away, you know this person is top tier in their profession. And authority.
Right, recognized as the best or one of the best.
Then look how it changes. Second example, causality. The leading cause of the issue was identified. Here, leading means the primary reason, the number one factor.
So not status, but the main driver.
Precisely. And the third one broadens it again into the market. Leading brands dominate the market. This is about prominence, market share, being out front competitively.
So expert, cause, brand.
Yeah.
It always puts the subject at the very front of the pack. You know it carries the most weight.
That's the core function. It defines the highest point in that specific hierarchy. Now, if leading tells us what is main, we often need an adverb to say how or why something is mainly focused. That brings us to chiefly.
Chiefly, meaning mainly or principally. Synonyms. Mainly, primarily, mostly. This feels really useful for academic writing, summarizing things.
Oh, absolutely essential, especially when you're boiling down complex information or stating a thesis.
Yeah.
Look at the first example. The book is chiefly about history.
Okay.
It tells you, yeah, I might touch on other things, sociology, economics, whatever, but the main focus, the dominant theme, is history.
It clarifies the core subject.
Right. Or look at the second one, identifying the main factor in, say, an analysis. Expenses were chiefly due to travel. In a budget report, that word chiefly instantly tells you where most of the money went.
Highlights the biggest chunk.
Exactly. And the third one, describing composition. The audience was chiefly students. Again, it states the dominant group, the majority, were students.
Without saying only students were there.
Precisely. It shows that nuance, that understanding of proportion. It emphasizes the main part while acknowledging other elements might exist. Very controlled.
Okay, that makes sense. So let's wrap up this first group, the elevating words, with something very practical. Extra, defined as additional or supplementary.
Yeah, synonyms like additional, excess, spare. It's all about having more than the basic need, often for preparation or buffer.
Seems straightforward, but how does it play out?
Well, it's often about practical advice, having reserves, like bring extra supplies just in case. That's about being prepared for the unexpected, having a buffer.
Standard good advice.
Then there's the idea of supplementary effort, which, is often key to success. The extra effort paid off in the end. It highlights the value gained from doing more than the minimum.
That resonates, putting in that extra work.
And finally, just indicating quantity above a baseline. She ordered extra food for guests. It implies abundance, maybe generosity, but the core idea is always about having more, a buffer, a bonus, ensuring you're not short.
All right, let's shift gears. Now we're looking at words defining how people, or sometimes things, interact. Relational words focusing on assertiveness, envy, conduct. And we start with a really complex one, aggressive.
Ah, yes, aggressive. This one absolutely demands you pay attention to context, because look at the synonyms. They pull in two completely different directions.
How do you mean?
Well, on one hand, you've got negative ones. Militant, hostile, that's the confrontational side.
Okay, the bad kind of aggressive.
Right. But then you have assertive and forceful. These can be seen as positive traits, especially in things like business or debates. High energy, drive.
So it can be good or bad depending on how it's used. That seems tricky.
It is tricky, and it's crucial for you, the learner, to figure out the intent. Look at the first examples. His aggressive style won the debate. That sounds positive, right? Bold, forceful arguments led to success.
Yeah, like he really went for it.
Or aggressive marketing boosted sales. Again, positive in a business context. Vigorous, energetic promotion got results. It suggests drive, effectiveness.
Okay, so far so good.
But the same word flips completely in the third example. Avoid aggressive behavior in discussions. Here, it clearly means the hostile, militant, confrontational kind. Threatening behavior.
Ah, so the warning side.
Exactly. The lesson is critical. Before you use aggressive or interpret it, you must gauge the context. Is it describing a strategy or a personal demeanor? One means success, the other means friction, maybe even conflict.
That deep reading of the situation is key then. Okay, moving from aggression to another strong emotion. Jealous. Synonyms. Envious, covetous, resentful, green-eyed. Most people think of envy, right?
That's the primary meaning, definitely. Feeling resentment because someone else has something you want, success, possessions, whatever. Like the first example, he was jealous of his brother's success. Straightforward envy.
And the advice, don't be jealous, celebrate others' wins. Standard emotional advice.
Right. But here's where it gets more nuanced and frankly more interesting for advanced vocabulary. There's another, perhaps older, usage.
Oh.
It can describe an action of intense protection, almost possessiveness. Look at the example. Jealous guarding of secrets can harm relationships.
Jealous guarding. So it doesn't mean the person envies the secrets.
No, exactly. It means they guard them fiercely, possessively, protectively. Here, jealous acts almost like an adverb, intensifying the word guarding.
Like they're clinging on to them really tightly.
Precisely. And using jealous this way to describe protecting a reputation or a secret or an idea that's a marker of sophisticated usage, much more complex than just saying, I feel envious.
So when you see it, you need to analyze. Is it an outward feeling of envy or an inward action of intense protection?
That's the key question. And notice the synonym green-eyed, that's a classic literary reference, often linked to Shakespeare's Othello, highlighting just how powerful and visceral this emotion or action can be.
Interesting cultural connection there. Okay, final word in this section. To behave. Seems simple, like act properly.
It does seem simple, but its range is surprisingly wide. The synonyms give a clue. To act, conduct oneself, perform, function. It goes beyond just good manners.
Okay, so what's the range?
Well, it starts where you'd expect. Social conduct. Children should behave well in public. That's about manners, societal expectations.
Right, standard stuff.
Then it moves to personal accountability, especially in more formal settings. Behave responsibly during the event. That's urging proper conduct, following rules, maybe ethical performance.
Okay, taking ownership of your actions.
But here's the really versatile part. It also applies to non-human systems, to how things function or operate, like the machine behaves oddly under heat.
Ah, so behaves here means functions or reacts.
Exactly. It's describing the operational quality. So this one word spans social rules, personal ethics, and mechanical function. That makes behave a really flexible and essential verb for describing things across many different fields. All right, this next set of words is incredibly important, I think, especially for academic and professional work. It deals with mistakes, misinterpretations, bad luck, things you definitely need precise language for. Let's start with misread.
Misread, to interpret incorrectly. Synonyms. Misinterpret, misconstrue, misjudge, misunderstand. Feels like there are different ways to get things wrong here.
There really are. The term covers two quite distinct types of error. First, there's the literal objective mistake.
Like reading a number wrong.
Exactly. The example is, I misread the map and took a wrong turn. Clear mistake in processing information. Verifiable. Easy to spot.
Okay, straightforward error. What's the other type?
This is where it gets more complex, more about judgment. It's misinterpreting subtle cues, intentions, or ambiguous situations. The example, she misread his silence as agreement.
Silence can mean anything, can't it? So she made a judgment call that was wrong.
Precisely. She interpreted his lack of response incorrectly. It wasn't about misreading text. It was about misjudging intent or meaning.
I can see how that happens a lot in, communication.
Oh, constantly. Think about diplomacy, literary analysis, even just understanding colleagues. You might misread someone's tone in an email or misread the implications of a statement.
So it's about flawed understanding, not just seeing wrong.
Yes. And the source also reminds us of the practical side. Don't misread the instructions on the exam. So whether it's literal or interpretive, misread pinpoints that moment where understanding went wrong.
Okay, that idea of flawed understanding connects nicely to the next word, deceptive, meaning giving a false impression, misleading. Synonyms, misleading, deceitful, illusory, false. It's all about appearance versus reality.
Absolutely. But we need to dig into why something is deceptive. Is it intentional deceit or just misleading circumstances?
What's the difference in the examples?
Well, the first one points towards active deception, likely intentional. The ad was deceptive about the product's benefits. The creator probably intended to mislead you.
Okay, false advertising.
Right. But then look at the second one. Appearances can be deceptive. This is more of a general caution, isn't it?
Yeah.
A reminder that what you see first isn't always the whole story. The misleading nature might just be the way things are, not planned deceit.
Like a calm lake that has strong currents underneath.
Good analogy. And the third example fits that too. His calm demeanor was deceptive. He looked calm, but inside. Maybe turmoil, maybe plotting something. The calmness was a misleading surface.
So deceptive helps you point out that gap between what things look like and what they actually are, whether it's intentional or not.
Exactly. It flags that critical difference.
Yeah.
Now, related to errors, we have wrong, basic word, not correct or true, mistaken. But the synonyms, mistaken, erroneous, incorrect, fallacious, show it has formal uses too.
Yeah, seems simple. Your answer is wrong.
That's the straightforward, factual error. Yes, your answer is wrong, try again, or he was wrong about the date. Clear, objective mistakes, correctable.
But is there more to it?
Oh, definitely. Look at the third example. Admitting you're wrong shows maturity. Here, wrong isn't about a math problem. It's about judgment, accountability, maybe a moral failing, accepting fault in an argument.
Ah, so it steps into ethics and character. Much heavier.
Much heavier. It goes beyond just factual incorrectness into the personal or moral domain. And that complexity ties into our next word.
Doubt. Doubt. Uncertainty or lack of conviction. Synonyms, mistrust, suspicion, skepticism, hesitation. This feels like a spectrum.
It really is. And the examples map this out beautifully. On one end, you have total certainty, often expressed negatively. I have no doubt about your abilities. That's absolute confidence, zero skepticism.
Okay, complete belief.
Then moving towards uncertainty. Doubt crept in after the failure. This describes that internal feeling starting to grow, that mistrust or skepticism undermining confidence. It's an emotional response to evidence, maybe?
That little voice saying, maybe not.
Kind of. And then the third example elevates it to a formal, ethical principle. Benefit of the doubt is given in fair trials.
Right. Innocent until proven guilty.
Exactly. It's a core concept in law and fairness. You assume innocence or truthfulness, even if there's suspicion, until proof says otherwise. This takes doubt from just a personal feeling into a really important formal concept for discussion, especially in law or ethics.
Wow, yeah. From a simple feeling to a legal principle. Okay, last one in this cautionary section. Misfortune, bad luck, unfortunate condition or event. Synonyms like mishap, adversity, calamity, setback. Sounds like serious bad news.
It usually is. Misfortune connects someone's negative state directly to external unlucky events, like the first example. He suffered misfortune after the accident. It points to the bad consequences, injury, financial loss, whatever that stemmed from that initial event.
So it links cause, bad luck event, and effect, suffering.
Often, yes. And it frequently emphasizes a sudden downturn. Misfortune struck when the deal fell through. It captures the shock, the negative, unexpected impact of a major setback.
Like your world turning upside down unexpectedly.
Could feel like that. But crucially, the source material also links it to resilience. This is really relevant for essays, maybe analyzing characters or discussing challenges. The example, learn from misfortune to grow stronger.
So it's not just about lamenting bad luck, but seeing it as a challenge that can lead to growth. Adversity shaping character.
Precisely. It frames misfortune not just as suffering, but as a significant challenge that tests and potentially strengthens individuals or systems. It provides a context for understanding adversity.
Okay, let's move on. This next group describes physical or material conditions. What's there, what's missing, specific times. Conditionals. We start with lacking, meaning missing, in short supply. Synonyms. Missing, deficient, wanting, absent. It signals something isn't enough.
Yeah, lacking is useful because it works for different kinds of insufficiency, both tangible and intangible. First, there's the objective lack of something needed. The proposal was lacking in detail.
Right, it needed more information to be complete. A clear deficit.
Or a lack of physical resources.
Yeah.
Funds are lacking for the project. That point to a shortage of money and insufficient budget. Quantifiable lack.
Got it. Concrete things missing.
But here's the interesting part for, say, writing about people or psychology. It also describes subjective, internal deficiencies. She felt lacking in confidence.
So it works for feelings and internal states too, not just physical stuff.
Absolutely. It perfectly defines that sense of personal inadequacy, feeling like something important is missing inside you. That's quite versatile.
Okay, so if lacking is about what's missing, empty is about the action of removing contents. To remove all contents, to drain. Synonyms. Drain, void, evacuate, deplete.
Right. And again, there's a contrast. You have the simple literal act, empty the glass before refilling it. Basic instruction.
Standard action.
Then there's the sense of depletion over time. The tank will empty quickly if not monitored. This suggests a process, a rate of loss.
Like using up resources.
Exactly. But the most powerful use, the one that gives it a bit of literary flair, is the abstract, metaphorical one. She emptied her thoughts in the journal.
Emptied her thoughts. That's a strong image.
Isn't it? It equates writing everything down, getting it all out, with the physical act of draining a container. It suggests a complete offloading of mental contents. Really evocative.
Yeah, I like that one.
Sure.
Okay, next. Away. Defined as not present, absent from a place. Synonyms. Absent, gone, elsewhere, missing. Seems straightforward, but are there nuances?
The nuances lie in the different contexts. Positional, psychological. First, the simple physical absence. She is away on vacation this week. Just means she's not here, temporarily elsewhere.
Basic location status.
Then there's a more specific positional meaning, often in sports or competition. The team played away games last season, meaning they were at the opponent's venue, not their home ground.
The home and away concept.
Right. And finally, there's a psychological distancing use relating to mental state. Keep worries away for a peaceful mind.
So treating worries like physical things you can push away.
Exactly. It's figurative. It talks about achieving mental distance from burdens, imagining you can place them elsewhere to find peace. It's about creating separation.
Okay, interesting metaphorical use there. And the last word in this section is very specific. Noon. Midday.
Yep, 12 o'clock in the daytime. Synonyms.
Yeah.
Midday, 12 noon, lunchtime. Simple, but essential for precise timekeeping.
So its main job is just being a clear time marker.
Pretty much. Crucial for scheduling. The meeting is scheduled for noon. Everyone knows that means 12:00 p.m. No ambiguity.
Unlike after lunch, which could be anything.
True. It also has that astronomical context, historically important. By noon, the sun was high in the sky. Defines the peak position of the sun.
Okay.
And it works for arrival times or deadlines. We arrived just before noon. It gives a clear, universally understood point of reference in time. Simple, but necessary. All right, final section. These are some highly specific words related to action, risk, and physical description. We kick off with to notify. That means to inform someone officially about something.
Officially. That feels like the key word there. The synonyms to inform, advise, alert, apprise, they all sound quite formal too.
They do. To notify isn't just casual chat. It implies a duty, an obligation, a formal process. It carries more weight than just telling someone.
So how do the examples show this official nature?
Well, first, requesting structured updates. Please notify me of any changes. That's a formal request for official information when circumstances alter.
Okay, like in a business context.
Very likely. Second, describing an institutional process. The school will notify parents via email. This shows it as part of official procedure, likely documented. It's how the institution formally communicates.
Right, the official channel.
And third, the highest level, often government or authorities. Authorities notify the public about the alert. When you use or hear notify, you understand the message carries official weight. It's not just casual information.
Got it. It signals importance and formality. Okay, next is a very specific noun. Mannequin. A display dummy. Synonyms.
Yeah.
Model, dummy, figure, dress form. Seems quite specialized.
It is specialized.
Yeah.
And it mainly pops up in two distinct areas, both related to modeling or imitation, but in different ways.
Okay.
The most common is retail display. The mannequin wore the latest fashion. Its job is purely commercial, showing clothes.
We see those in shop windows all the time.
Right, but the second context is as an artistic tool. Artists use mannequins for drawing poses. Here, it's not selling clothes, it's a reference figure, helping visualize the human form for drawing or sculpture.
Ah, like those little wooden figures.
Could be those, or larger ones.
Yeah.
Its utility comes from being that non-human, posable representation of the body, used either for commerce or art.
Okay, makes sense. Now, for a word that sounds a bit more informal but seems useful, dicey, meaning risky or uncertain. Synonyms. Risky, hazardous, chancy, precarious. Sounds like a warning.
It often is used as a warning. It signals instability, high risk. Look at the first example. The situation looks dicey. Proceed with caution. It's a conversational way to say, this is potentially dangerous. Be careful.
Yeah, dicey feels like iffy, maybe unstable.
Exactly. And it applies well to financial or systemic risk, too. Investing now is dicey due to market volatility. It means the risk level is high enough to question the decision. It's more than just uncertain, it's precarious.
You mentioned travel before. Yeah, I remember driving in thick fog once. Visibility was almost zero. That drive felt incredibly dicey. It just captures that feeling of unsafe conditions perfectly, like the example. The weather made the drive dicey.
That personal connection makes it memorable, doesn't it?
Right.
It really flags hazardous conditions, whether financial, situational, or physical. Okay, next to last. Misery. Great distress or discomfort.
A very strong word. Synonyms like distress, suffering, woe, unhappiness confirm that. This isn't minor inconvenience.
Absolutely not. It's reserved for profound suffering. And the example showed different sources. First, hardship, like socioeconomic conditions. Poverty brought misery to many families. Suggests long-term systemic suffering.
Okay, deep societal problems.
Second, intense physical suffering. The injury caused him great misery, describing sustained severe pain or discomfort from trauma.
Horrible pain.
And third, the source offers a call to action, linking it to finding solutions. And the misery by seeking help. Using misery effectively shows you grasp the depth and gravity of the suffering you're describing. It's a heavy word for heavy situations.
It definitely needs to be used appropriately. Okay, last one, bendy. Defined as flexible or pliable. Synonyms. Flexible, pliable, supple, limber. Seems pretty descriptive.
It is. It describes that core physical property being able to bend easily without breaking. And it applies to different things.
Like objects.
Yes, manufactured objects where flexibility is a feature. The bendy straw made drinking easier. Or use bendy wires for the craft project. Materials designed to be shaped.
Okay, things made to be flexible.
But it also describes the body's physical capacity for movement. Yoga improves bendy movements. Here it refers to the body's own flexibility, its limberness, its suppleness.
Ah, so material pliability versus biological suppleness. Two applications of the same core idea.
Precisely. The ability to bend without breaking, whether it's plastic or a person. Hashtag tag outro.
And that's our 21 words. We've really dug into them, haven't we? Moving way beyond just definitions to see how they work, the different contexts, the subtle shifts in meaning, like distinguishing aggressive styles or different kinds of misreading.
Yeah, we covered a lot of ground. And hopefully you can see that really understanding these nuances is key. Consistent practice, like actually trying to use these words in sentences, maybe modeling the examples from your study list, that's how you truly master them.
Definitely. It's not just about ticking a box on a list.
Not at all. And connecting this back to the bigger picture, acquiring this kind of vocabulary isn't just about passing an exam, is it? It's about equipping yourself with the tools to express complex ideas with real precision.
Makes communication so much clearer.
Think about it. How many misunderstandings could be avoided if you use deceptive instead of just bad, or chiefly instead of just mostly? It adds that layer of specificity.
Good point.
So maybe a final thought for you, the listener, to mull over. Which one of these 21 words feels most useful or interesting to you right now? Which one will you make a conscious effort to try out? Maybe even incorporate into your speaking or writing today?
Great challenge. And if you found this deep dive helpful for getting to grips with these essential words and their nuances, please do like this video, share it with others who might benefit, and subscribe to the Learn English Lab YouTube channel for more deep dives into key language points.
Thanks for joining us.
See you next time.